and I see that I have 71%. So I start moving down into Sistan to intercept that army then. Because I have to fight a battle there, I will actually have to. I can actually catch them. So, yeah. One of these times, I'm just gonna have to, say screw the infamy and just cut straight to the coast there. But I had the unfortunate unluck of having to sit through a regency just before this, so and then I fought a war right after that, right after I came out of the regency, so that certainly did not help things. So yeah, here I actually realize that I don't really need the army of Alexandria. Get a diplomatic insult against Aberum. And I'm like, well, pretty much everybody who borders me will get a bonus if I pick the second one. So, Russia, Mandarai, all those people. Yeah, just basically dealing with it. And I take the second option, obviously, so that I get a bonus out of it. And up my stuff with the knights to a whopping 10. So, yeah. Here I may not actually catch them. Yeah. There's not much to say at this point about this. It's just, I'm going to have quite a bit of infamy at the end of this, so, this kind of, got the idea that I really get the Gallius there. And Seminole actually becomes a, core, so I rename it, and I'm thinking, it's Peninsula. I'll name it, I think I name it New Arabia. Somebody let my cat in. Oh well. And I think I call this Fort Baghdad or something. Yeah, Baghdad. Spelled it wrong. There we go. And that's actually cored up too, which I hadn't noticed. So I renamed that to New Syria, I think? Yeah, and then Fort Damascus. Because I'd already done all the names for those areas over there, so didn't really have any convention to follow there. So I just said it's Peninsula, so I'll just name it after the Arabian stuff. Here I think I'm actually going to move in with there to kind of get them. Or actually, I think I catch them with this army. I was a bit concerned for a second there that I wouldn't. And that's the last gasp of Polotsk, because they just lost everything. So I can basically just go in with impunity, and the troops near me are either in other people's territory or, yeah. Losing a lot of guys. It's going to take a while to, well, I don't think I'm actually losing guys at that rate, so. At the rate I'm thinking of. It was much more during the actual, like, hard fighting. Except Croatia, they didn't really get anything out of it. Croatia didn't. But unfortunately, they can't actually get to anywhere else. And they're just conceding defeat at this point. So I'm surprised Byzantium hasn't killed Ragusa. I'm just like thinking about what I'm going to do with the area. Not really doing anything. I thought they had a Polotsk had something there, but they don't, apparently. So, I mean, obviously they have Kaffa, but they don't really have anything else. So, and right now I'm just trying to get war success, and that's pretty much it out of this. And the Ottomans are building troops there. Hopefully the Ottomans can recover from their war, and we can fight them. Or we could, yeah. It would actually be easy. It would actually be less good for us. And I noticed that his military skill is 4, and I'm being really warlike with him, which is not a good idea. He's not a war leader, however, so. One of his cousins or uncles or something is leading the army though, so that's good. And we're just trying for like 91%, because you can get a peace deal that is up to 10 more than your war success, and they won't accept anything over 100 anyway. So, or at least I don't think so. And here I'm getting all my cavalry out here so I can intercept the army there. And get more horses out there. Having the Caracol cavalry is very, very nice. It makes things so much better. And it makes it so that you can actually do stuff with your cavalry rather than them being completely useless. Latin knights are terrible. And Chevauchier are not much better. And here they're giving me a 20 infamy deal, which I definitely don't want to take. And I believe that will put us at the infamy limit. If my king dies unexpectedly, I will not have any kind of recourse to do anything about it. So, and there they've captured everything, and I realized, whoa, look at that. They're through Croatia. Croatia hates both of us. At war with Andalusia, actually. And I think, no, Byzantium, they'll get it done. And they'll make a peace with them eventually, one way or another. And, just, assaulting places. I had originally intended to capture everything, thinking I would need that much to get maximum war success, but I don't think I actually do need to do that. So yeah, And as you can see, that they've got a guy in Marv's just sitting there. Need a little bit more to get the last little bit we need. And Byzantium finally finished that siege. And, yeah. Not much going there. So I just decide, you know, that I can't really do anything else with Hungary, so we might as well get a deal out of it. But I may think of it a couple more times. And then Wallachia, or at least Wallachia, there you go. And give Transylvania, give the core of Transylvania back. They can't get any money. I can force religion on them. It gives me 10 prestige for doing so. But it's a 50 peace offer. So, I don't remember exactly when I did it, but eventually I do come around to a deal that I actually accept. So force religion and a release nations, I believe. It was 63, 65. I don't really know what that means, but it looks like that Lublin was in part of that, but it didn't end up being that way when I did accept it. There's Wallachia right there, so Wallachia will get Partium. And I was thinking of trying to get Bessarabia for Byzantium. So, I'm checking there to see if Byzantium had any cores. So, force religion, Bessarabia, 64. And what was I doing, man? Like, well, maybe I should just do that. 63. And that's what I send them. Probably should have gotten stuff for Bessarabia for them, but this way it creates another ally for me. And Polotsk has, or not Polotsk, but well, it is Polotsk's, but Byzantium's gonna get one of those provinces. So I need a little bit more, and the war is almost over. And most of this session consists of the war, and my build up post-war of getting my troops back into line. Most of the, I guess I'm kind of giving away what's going to happen, but I honestly don't know what else to talk about. I don't like doing the post commentary thing. So even though I know that you can get better results out of it by, you know, doing a thing where you pick out what's actually going on that you didn't notice and stuff like that, but I don't know, it's not my kind of thing. I prefer to improvise, and I'm improvising right now, but you know, my initial reactions to things and stuff like that. So here I'm trying to get Kabulistan and Balik out of it, or get them captured so that I can end the war. And I actually popped gold in one of my Australian provinces, so that's excellent. And the Turks Islands become self-sustaining, so that's great. Another end. And I noticed that that's a 2,000-man fort there, and Polotsk actually got an army there. So not too much of Polotsk left, honestly, and I just start moving guys down in anticipation of actually taking that province from them. And Dagestan is actually under siege, but I don't really care at this point. Because they're not going to take it in time for the war to end. So, and I don't intend to take that province, I don't believe. Here I failed to take it through the siege and ended up moving the troops I was retreating back up there to deal with it. As you can see, I'm at 84,000 manpower. I decided, screw it, I'm just going to send it back. It's fine. And more people flee to the colonies from Mecca, which would normally be bad, but 600 people is not that much, and that'll complete the colony sooner. So, it's not a big deal. And we got a core on Timor now. I don't rename it or anything, but at least not yet. Call to arms from Russia. Now this I kind of hummed and heard about. Sweden. Now the problem with this is that Sweden, Riga, and Andalusia, and I was kind of thinking about it, and Riga and Andalusia both border Portugal, so I kind of didn't want them to have, kind of get the bad end of the stick there, and I just decided that I don't really need the alliance with Russia anymore. I can just keep up the with them. And here I go, and I'm looking through the list, trying to figure out how I want to do this peace deal. And Polotsk is a lot smaller than it used to be, so Kaffa is definitely something I want to get for Byzantium. And I believe Armenia is the other one. I'm just looking at the cheap stuff here. Armenia and Karabakh is what the Byzantium can have, also with Kaffa. So I'm looking at my infamy. I actually have a settlement policy in Sharazor? I don't remember doing that. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, I must have. Well, it's alright. And Makran here. One of the things I definitely don't want Polotsk to have is a port, so taking Kaffa and Makran will basically make them landlocked. So that's the big thing we want out of this war. I don't believe we actually cut down their size significantly, but we can basically give them some really bad stuff. And we're looking at the people that we can get. I think I actually exit out of this and look to see who actually has cores. And I noticed the Timurids of 42%. And the Timurids actually own quite a few provinces. So what happens when you release a nation is that the cores become the new nation. So Dulkadir has that, and Baluchistan still exists, so they can't do anything there. And the Karakalinu are on that border there, and a few other ones. Here I think I'm looking for Moria, which is actually like islands, or somewhere in Greece, I think. but it ended up being in the Eastern Caucasus. So, yeah, no, no surprise there. And I don't know what I'm looking at here. Seeing what my allies here in Golconda are doing. Build a post office. Cool beans. And do a line reform. Yep, pretty much everywhere in the Middle East is going to have the good land reform stuff pretty soon, so it'll be all good. I regret the time that I actually wasted having my my national focus in the capital of Brittany for so long. It's just I don't know. Here I'm pulling my troops out before making the peace deal just to have them going already. So now I think I actually do make the deal here. I've decided on Kaffa, and not there, but Armenia, and I think about giving them 3 provinces. Getting 12 infamy for them, probably not the best idea. And Makran there for 16 infamy, and I decide, well, that's probably not the best idea. So I take Karabakh off the table. And I could force religion, but I actually want to have a casus belli on them, so I don't do that. And I think about revoking some cores, so I select a bunch of cores. And I'm just like, yeah, I'll take them off as I need them. So release nations, Timurids, they would not accept a sulfur, so I go back, and I start taking them off until they would accept it. And I think I just decided that I'm going to do that to get them to release someone else. And that would be Armenia. Or Moria, I don't remember. So, now I'm trying to figure out where that is. Making sure that it's not Kaffa. So I look around there. Well, I guess I spoiled it earlier that I was going to do that. And I don't see it. Oh, the Ottomans own that trade center until just recently. Okay, and here I just go through with it. Kaffa. Kaffa, Armenia. And I'm like, no, because I'm an idiot. Oh, yeah, I actually look at taking Luristan, because I'm thinking of maximizing my, war, success, my war score. And I'm like, well, 1 province apiece is pretty good. So, and I'm like, well, no, let's get Kaffa for them because that looks ugly, and it'll keep them from having a port. And then I decide to take Timurids, and I look there, and Armenia. It won't accept Moria. I was trying to get both, but I'm like, that's kind of what I want. So. That's pretty much fine. And then I look to see if they'll get the Dolkadir, and then I accept it without asking for any money. And there we go. Okay, so basically, what I get out of this is I get the province of Makran, which is the only province I get. Look what I did to Polotsk, though. Look how much they had to give up. They had to give up the Timurids, the entire area of the Timurids. So it was great news. The funny thing is the Timurids don't actually start there in the normal game. And then Armenia gets Karabakh, which is one of the ones I was going to give to them. But they're fine. They're Orthodox Christians, so it's all good. And I got stuff with them, and I think I eventually got a royal marriage with them and stuff. So yeah, I'm at 27 infamy now. That's one of the things I wanted to think about is that infamy. I actually didn't get that guy, and I actually like, well, good thing I never did get that guy, and then I get a ridiculously good diplomat to help with that. So I was thinking about trying to, make a montage video or something, or just do like one of my cut up type videos where I wait for my infamy to go down. And I moved that Alexandria's thing into place, and I didn't actually do anything with it. So, yeah. So Charles II has won 2 wars in his short life. So history will probably look pretty favorably upon him. Here I'm moving my troops out. Armenia wants me to open the market. I tell him sure. We can be bros. Actually, they're forced to be my bros right now because, we're allied. Because I forced the thing. So right now we control the entire Persian Gulf. I don't know what I'm gonna do with Astrakhan. I considered selling it to Russia, but keeping the thing around to get it looks like they've got a revolt risk, maybe from war exhaustion or something. Just looking at Sweden and stuff there. What Andalusia is doing. Yeah, I didn't want to get in a war with Andalusia with them there. And, I don't know. The idea of doing another cut-up one is not something I really want to do, but I just can't see people wanting me to... And I dissolved the alliance with the Timurids, because fuck the Timurids. And I think I dissolved the alliance with the Golconda here, yep. So that I can declare war on them. And then I'm checking my colonist here in Jamaica. And just checking it until it succeeds. Now, basically the last part of this video is me waiting for my armies to be split up in a nice kind of way, and to basically make sure that all my armies are reinforced before I turn my army slider off. So I moved that up there to Deir ez-Zor to actually have it on the border, which I pointed out earlier is kind of silly, but it's there to be next to Aleppo and pretty close to Polotsk, who I do intend to go to war with again. I've had the kind of want to have a port or a land border with the Caspian Sea, but I've never actually gone through with it. So here I'm like looking for post offices and censuses or land reforms, and I don't think I have any more.